I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to our ongoing Operation Freedom Health and Wellness series. There's no other program structure like this on the internet. Why? Because, well, what Brett Bashawati and I do is we give you information to empower you on the healthcare side, the wellness side. So guess what? You don't have to expose yourself to the medical industrial complex, which has not exactly been stellar, let's put it, since that entire goat rodeo starting in 2019. Hmm? Right. You see, big pharma, big medicine, big insurance, big hospital doesn't like this series because we give you information so that you don't have to utilize their services. Hence, you very rarely will get notifications of when we put these videos up because the powers that be fund the social media platforms. But we're always here for you. So there are two websites you need to be aware of: operationfreedomhealth.com and davejanda.com. That's what you need for your information to be ahead of the curve. And that's what we do. And we are very fortunate to have somebody, actually, not just somebody, a leader in the health nutrition side of the equation in Brett Bashawati. Little background on Brett. He took over as CEO of a great company, Good Herbs, in 2005 and expanded the company's vision by developing My Total Nutrition. Brett has over 40 years of experience in product development and manufacturing. Brett has played a pivotal role in advancing natural health products. Now, this is the key. This is the key. Based on clinically verified science-based research. One of the issues that we hear about all the time is hypertension, high blood pressure. And what we hear is folks communicate with us and say, you know, I've been diagnosed as having high blood pressure, and my doctor tells me it's because I have bad genes. It's because I like salt. And the way to treat it is with medications. And if one doesn't work, then we'll add a second. Well, that's one way of handling the situation, or trying to address the situation. But there's another method. And as someone who had actually been told all of the above for my high blood pressure, and someone who can tell you it really didn't work until I launched on a different avenue. What was that avenue? Dealing with exactly what Brett Bashawati is going to discuss with us today. The well, the natural, the the natural way of addressing rather than the medication side of the approach. It's my honor to reintroduce Brett Bashawati. Brett, welcome back.
Thanks, Dr. Janda. Love to be here.
Okay, Brett, let's hit hypertension, high blood pressure, and mastering a healthy blood pressure.
Yeah, so let's talk about, first of all, what is healthy blood pressure and how do we evaluate healthy blood pressure? So it's kind of different when we look at these holistic doctors in their evaluation and how they also check it to the way it's being done today. So, for 30, 40, 50 years, the numbers have always been 140 over 90. So you're looking at 140 over 90. And then every 3, 5 years, the Heart Association kind of looks and then they keep dropping the numbers lower and lower. And today they sit at 120 over 80. So our viewpoint, a healthy person with good blood pressure is sitting at 140 over 90. Now, there's a very specific way and holistic approach on how to evaluate if you have elevated blood pressure, if you have normal blood pressure, or if you have low blood pressure. And the way to do it is, believe it or not, is you want to do it at your home. And you want to also do it at noon, at 12 o'clock your time, where the circadian rhythm is the most stable. So we don't want to do it early. We don't want to do it late because that's going to also alter. The other thing you want to make sure is we don't want to drink anything like coffee that has caffeine the day we're going to check our blood pressure. You also don't want to exert yourself or get stressed out 30 minutes before we check our blood pressure. Now, the way to do it, it's going to be noon. At noon, you want to sit with your feet flat on the ground. We don't want them dangling. We want them feet flat on the ground in a back chair. Then we put the blood pressure machine on, and we don't do one reading, we do 3 readings. So you want to do one reading, you're going to write that number down. You wait 30 seconds, you do a second reading, you write that number down. You wait 30 seconds, you do a third reading, you write that number down. After you write down, all those numbers are going to be different every single time. So they're not going to be the same, they're going to be different. And if you have just one reading where the number is above 140 over 90, or if you have 2 readings where the number is 140 over 90, but you have one reading where the number is at or below that, then in our opinion, we don't feel that your blood pressure is high. It is not elevated. You are borderline, and this could be a nutritional deficiency that's going on that we'll talk about in a minute. But if all 3 readings are above 140 over 90, in our perspective, you need to contact your naturopathic doctor or your medical doctor, and you need to go and get medication for that if all 3 readings are above. If only 1 or 2, then you're borderline. If all 3 readings are at or below, then you do not have elevated blood pressure and you're doing really, really well. So let's say we have one reading that was above and we're kind of borderline right there. 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, it is a calcium, magnesium, and essential fatty acid deficiency going on, which all are provided in the Healthy Foundation Pack. And the reason it's being that way, if we look at the artery walls, there's little tiny muscles on the outside of the artery wall, and they contract, relax, contract, relax. When we become deficient in these 3 nutrients, what happens is they contract, but they don't relax.
Mm-hmm.
So if I take a water hose and I pinch the end of the water hose, what happens to the volume of water? It increases and becomes a lot higher. Same things are happening with our arteries. It is contract, not relaxing, so the volume increases, giving us elevated blood pressure going on. When we saturate the body with calcium, magnesium, and essential fatty acids, that gives the raw materials to satisfy these tiny muscles, and then it starts contracting, relaxing, contracting, relaxing. All of a sudden, our blood pressure's back to normal. So what we would do in this situation, if we're in that borderline state, is we would get the Healthy Foundation Pack because we need foundational nutrition for every aspect of the body. Remember, we do not go after ailments. We support the body because everything is connected. So in this case, we want to support the whole body and give it extra calcium, magnesium, and essential fatty acids. And we do that by doubling up on the OsteoFX. And we do that for 30 days. And 9 times out of 10, it works really well. If it does not show signs of improvement and those 3 readings have not stabilized, then we could have some funky blood going on in our kidneys, and our kidneys are messing with our blood pressure. And in those cases, then we would give some herbal therapeutics on top of the foundation pack, like kidney and bladder and the heart support, to help eliminate the dirty blood in the little tiny arteries of the kidneys so it can flush and function properly. And almost every time when we apply this approach, we see great results in people's blood pressure and we see it normalize. And this could be if it's elevated or if it gets too low. It works both because the body is always always trying to heal itself. It's trying to fix itself. It just needs the raw materials to do so. So it's actually a really easy way to get on top of us, especially when you catch it early.
So, Brett, then the question comes up. Okay, so if this is a calcium, magnesium, and fatty acid depletion, let's say, that can lead to an elevated blood pressure, people say, okay, why don't I just take some extra calcium, some extra magnesium, and some extra fatty acid, fish oil tablets, if you will, because, I don't really need then those other 80 some nutrients. Well, that's actually faulty. I can understand people saying that, but that's actually faulty logic, isn't it?
It's very faulty logic, and that's what we call fractionated nutrition. So when we try to upload a single nutrient, remember the way nature and God intended nutrients, it comes in pairs. So there's always cofactors.
Mm.
So for an example, everyone's aware to have big, strong bones, we need calcium, you need magnesium, you need boron, you need vitamin D. Well, believe it or not, there's actually 59 other cofactors needed for the body to utilize and deliver the benefits of calcium. So we can't just give one or two or three nutrients. We have to give the body everything
Mhm.
because the body is about staying in balance. And
Mhm.
by giving it all 90 essential raw materials that the body needs every day, not to thrive, but just to survive and not break down, we give the body everything as we're supporting the human body. And then we can give a little bit of extra when the fire department needs a little bit of help. So in this acute situation, it needs a little bit extra calcium, it needs a little bit extra magnesium, and it needs a little bit extra EFAs. We can do that by instead of taking one scoop, we take 2 scoops a day for 30 days, and you usually see really good results. And not only that, you'll see your energy levels also increase.
And Brett, the components of the foundation pack, educate our listeners because this is key.
Yeah, so in the foundation pack, there are 4 products that are in there, and this is going to give you all 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 essential fatty acids that have been scientifically founded that the body needs every day. They are essential because the body doesn't produce it. So we have to ingest it to reap the benefits of all 90 essential nutrients. And this is not just some guesswork. This is literally scientifically founded on research that was done over 12 years with 30,000 autopsies and 10 million blood chemistries to identify not only what nutrients are needed, but also in the amounts
Mhm.
that the human body needs so it absorbs and assimilates it properly.
So, as I mentioned in the introduction, I had was diagnosed as having quote hypertension. Now, by the definitional term you gave, I really wasn't,
Mhm.
right? I was borderline.
Mhm.
Yet they said, "Well, Dave, this is because you got some bad genes. Your family, there's some other folks in your family that have had hypertension. Yeah, you got to back off the salt, Dave. And Dave, you need to take these medications. You're gonna need to." And frankly, as far as the genes, well, what are you gonna do about that, right? As far as the salt intake, okay, we can, they tell you to do it, so you dial it back some, and as far as the medications, it wasn't effective. So that's where you came in and said, hey, there's another way to handle this. In addition, I was having severe arthritis issues.
Mhm.
So for the most part, I started on it because of the arthritis issues, the foundation pack. And the arthritis issues, as we've discussed, my symptoms went away. I mean,
Mhm.
after a month, I was off all anti-inflammatory medication, and within 2 months, I was doing stuff I hadn't done in years, right? And that's still the case. But the added benefit was my blood pressure normalized.
Mhm.
And all I changed was I went on the foundation pack. to the point where my blood pressure was getting low. And if I would stoop down and stand up, I get a little lightheaded. And my physician said, maybe we should just I don't know, we should just take you off this stuff, this medication. Yeah. And I've been off of it since, and it's been years.
Yep. And remember, everything's connected. And there has been 147 different ailments that are linked to a calcium deficiency. So all those ailments that you were dealing with was actually a calcium deficiency with the other 59 cofactors that are needed so the body could heal itself and so the body could restore good health the way it was supposed to.
And prior to this, I was taking a multivitamin that had calcium in it, and I thought I was doing okay. But in fact, I wasn't, because I wasn't getting the other nutritional support I needed to enhance the calcium absorption.
Yeah, here's the really cool thing about the OsteoFX. A lot of people use calcium citrate, which is in the OsteoFX, but very few, well, there's no other companies that I know outside of the OsteoFX, the longevity brand, that has the technology
Mm.
to make that calcium citrate super, super duper absorbable so the body can utilize it. So most calciums on the market is about 15% absorbable, where this is going to be around 80 to 90% absorbable. Most calciums on the market come in a capsule, which is calcium citrate, which is going to be about 250 grams of calcium, 250 grams of citrate. When we ingest that, you take 2 or 3, the body needs at least 1,200 milligrams,
Mm.
depending on your weight, of calcium every day, along with the cofactors. And if that calcium is only 15% absorbable, ours is 80 to 90% absorbable, you would have to just take, in that data, you would have to take 30 of those capsules every single day just to get to that 1,200 milligrams that are needed daily. And that's a problem. And it's not so much the source, the calcium citrate. A lot of other people use it. It's our technology that we use to make that calcium citrate super absorbable. And it works really, really well. And
And
we've
I,
seen
I, I,
hundreds of thousands of cases.
and on average, Brett, when someone starts this, I noticed a change within a month.
Mhm.
Now, was that atypical? What do most folks tell you?
Well, depending. So here's what you usually see, and this is what's so great about the foundation pack. You will see some form of difference in 2 to 3 days. Now, if you're going after an ailment that you're trying to get on the other side, that might take a little bit longer. But here's what you're going to see right off the bat. You will have more sustainable, calming energy all day. So
Yeah.
it's not that jittery energy from caffeine and energy drinks. Your mood will completely stabilize. You will be more focused and alert, and your sleep pattern really, really improves dramatically. So remember, if you're one of those people that struggles to fall asleep, well, that's a calcium magnesium deficiency going on. When we start saturating our bodies with calcium magnesium, all of a sudden now I can fall asleep really, really fast. So there's a lot of things this does because it's a whole body approach. We do not go after ailments. We don't worry about ailments. We want this product for the individual that's a full body approach, and then get out of the body's way because the body knows how to fix itself. It wants to fix itself, and it's attempting to fix itself every single day. It
So,
just needs the raw materials.
so number one, make sure you're getting an accurate reading of your blood pressure, and Brett told you how
Yes.
to do that earlier in this interview. Second is Foundation Pack, and that's available operationfreedomhealth.com. Now, the information is there, the product line is there. And then if you want to supplement that, you mentioned that there are some herbal supplements, one of which you spoke about the heart support, the kidney support, kidney and bladder support. There's also the adrenal support, right? That can also play a positive role in stabilizing blood pressure.
Yeah, because if our adrenal glands are completely fatigued, it releases cortisol nonstop. And
Yeah.
cortisol can play a key role in elevating blood pressure. So if we're under tremendous amount of stress,
Yeah.
then there are times we need to nourish those adrenal glands so then they can calm down and we're not producing cortisol 24/7 and that blood pressure can stabilize and become normal.
Now,
And, and it's really important for everyone to understand, and I see this happening a lot in this industry right now, but you have to understand nutrition is vital. So nutrition is like your nails and your lumber when your house is breaking down. When we use herbal therapeutics, that is like the tool that we would put the nail into the lumber. So that's the hammer. We do not want to use herbal therapeutics if we are under nutrifying, because all herbs do is stimulate the function in the body where the body needs these nutrition. It needs all 90 essential nutrients. And when we provide it with that, with a little bit of herbal support, we get tremendous benefit and you will increase your chances of being healthier by tenfold if we put the two together.
and all of this information is on our website, operationfreedomhealth.com. Tremendous amount of information on this. All the products we spoke about are available on operationfreedomhealth.com. Full disclosure, purchase of the products does support this platform so we can continue to produce these videos. And there are some other unique aspects to operationfreedomhealth.com. We have a free video on the top of the page called The 12 Bad Foods. 12 foods that are causing inflammation and irritation in your own body. You need to watch that video. Most people are shocked when they watch the video about the 12 bad foods,
Totally.
right? They like, I thought I was doing healthy stuff. Whoa, I didn't realize I was actually. Ooh. Number two, Brett provides a service free of charge. A consult, you call Brett. There's a way to get in touch with Brett. If you go, I get to the bottom of the page, right, and hit the the
Appointments.
the contact.
Yep, all you have to do is hit appointments. If you want to go over your products, what you are wanting to take and what would be the best route for you, you can make an appointment. And then we'll talk on the phone. You get 30 minutes and we can make sure that your product pack is the right pack for you, for whatever you want to get to in your journey through health. And basically all we do is we empower you to be able to take control of your own health. And then you take that knowledge and you put it into action. And
Yep.
when you do that, that is true power.
And that's free of charge.
It's free of charge. No thing. If you don't want to talk, you can email your questions to us. We will answer it. AI doesn't answer it. No computers, a human will answer those questions and we'll give you thorough answers because our goal is just to educate you so you can make the most educated decision for your own health.
And then when people do purchase products through the site, our operationfreedomhealth.com, they also get into our community where they're even given more information sent to them on a very almost daily basis and have opportunities to participate in conferences as well, correct?
Yeah, we do a continuing education every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. And we're going to be talking this Thursday about bone matrix and how to increase those bone matrix and what nutrients are needed. It's a lot of fun. We get a few hundred people that attend these. It's a great community. We have other doctors that are on that also participate in this that will help answer questions. And what we hear all the time, it's people's best time of the week. And it goes from 10 to 11, and it's hard. It's a hard count. We have a lot of healthcare practitioners that are on, so we kind to be respectful for their appointments. So starts right at 10, ends right at 11. We don't go longer, we don't go shorter, and a lot of people have a lot of fun. And here's the best part. Let's say you're taking the products and you ordered from Operation Freedom Health and you're not getting the results that you're looking for, or you're having some issues with the products. You can contact us and we're going to troubleshoot. One of probably my biggest strength is helping people troubleshoot to make sure they're getting max benefit when they take that. There's not many other companies out there that's doing it. We want to ensure that you're going to be our next testimony.
Brett Bashawati, I'd like to thank you for everything you have done, are doing, and will do. OperationFreedomHealth.com. Until next time, Dave Janda signing off. Dream big, dare to fail. Thanks for joining us today.